Hey cruisers, we made it through another week in the new normal and we are here back with a different cocktail tonight. I so enjoyed last night. You guys, I have to say, our virtual cocktail bartending event last night was literally one of the most fun episodes I can personally remember. For me, it was one of the most fun episodes we ever did. So thank you so much to everyone who was there. And for those of you asked how I was feeling this morning, I was fine. Most of that went down the sink. I pretty much had 2 more sips after the event and then had dinner, and I was totally fine. So do not think I drank all 4 drinks. I got countless messages from people going, hey, how you feeling this morning? So I was wide awake and doing great. Tonight's episode is brought to you by our friends at cruiseline.com and Shipmate app. As you've heard us talk about many, many times before, we really want you guys to go and set a price alert on your next cruise at cruiseline.com. So the way that you do it, and if you need help, somebody in the chat can help you because we have a ton of cruiseline.com experts in here. You just go and search for a cruise, and when you find the cruise and the date that you want, and you're inside of that particular cruise, you're gonna see a little box come up that says set a price alert. You'll set a price alert, you'll toggle a switch, you'll enter your email address, and then cruiseline.com is going to email you price alerts for your cruise. So as things start to calm down and we start eyeballing cruises in the future, you wanna do that right away. If you see a good deal, you can book it. If you see a change in a price that you've already booked, contact your travel agent, talk to them about your options, see what you can do. But you guys really need to do that. I get so many messages every week from people saying, I just saved X amount of dollars. Thank you so much for telling me. I didn't know I could reprice a cruise. And yes, you can. You don't want to get in the habit of doing it 50 times. It's exhausting for you and it's exhausting for your travel agent, but you really do want to keep an eye on that. So welcome everybody. I know it's been a week for everybody, a wild one, but it is Friday. Tonight we are here to talk 5 tips for navigating the new normal. We're going to talk a little bit about mindset, and I want to tell you guys right now that this is coming from personal experience. This is not me preaching and telling you how to cope. This is me living it with you guys day by day and just taking it one step at a time, one day at a time, one foot in front of the other. So where I am coming from when I share these 5 things is very personal. And it's very much something that I'm just learning day by day. So what I want from you guys tonight, obviously bring some cruise questions to the table, ask them in the chat. But what I really want to know is how you're dealing with the new normal. What's going on for you? What are you doing to make things easier for yourself? How are you adapting? How are you adapting to what we're dealing with? Personally, this was my first week working at home. In all of my 21 years with my company, I've never worked at home. I don't even think I worked at home. I mean, maybe a half day when I got sick and had to come home early or something, but it's not easy. For those of you who work remotely normally, this was one of the most difficult weeks of my entire career, trying to adapt to working at home. It does have a silver lining. There's a couple of them, like not putting a lot of miles on my car, saving some gas money right now is great. Getting to see my son wake up in the morning is wonderful, but other than that, it's a whole heck of a lot of hard, right, you guys? I know you can relate. So that's where we're coming from. So I wanted to just talk about a couple of different things. Yes, Susan, regarding the price alert, before I talk about it, yes, you specify the class of cabin. So if you want a balcony, you just click balcony, and then that's what you're gonna get an email about. So make sure that you set the price alert for what you booked. Good question, Susan. Okay, so these 5 things that I'm gonna talk about for navigating the new normal are things that I've definitely tried to implement in the last few weeks. And the first thing that I think is the most critical thing in my life this has come in handy before too, but if you are feeling helpless and down, I think one of the best things that you can do, that we can do, is to take action. Now, I don't know what that means for you, but taking small actions can have huge consequences because action begets action, right? Whether that is taking a step to solve a problem that's been bothering you. Maybe you've been wanting to try a hobby and you haven't been able to before and now you can. Maybe it's tackling a home organization project. One of the things that we try to do in our life is whenever we're feeling stuck or helpless or hopeless, we try to take action. And that can be very, very, very small things. But I think that's probably the biggest message that I want to send tonight, is that that has been something in our life that has helped us so much. And so whatever that means for you, you have to think about that and put something into play that makes you feel like you're moving forward. Maybe it means separating yourself entirely from something that's really been bothering you or weighing heavily on you and taking action on something else. Maybe it's you've wanted to write, you wanted to do an art project, maybe you've wanted to subscribe to an online fitness class. Whatever it is, take action. Number 2, if you live in a place where you can get outdoors, if you're allowed to go outdoors, I know people in metropolitan cities like New York probably cannot do that. But if there's any way that you can get outside right now, try so hard to get a little fresh air every day, guys. I was not doing that for the first 5 days of this life change for me. And the day I started stepping outside for a 30-minute walk on my lunch break, my outlook changed. I felt so much better. My energy level increased, and I just felt so much more peace and relief. And the knots in my shoulders came down a little bit, and it just really helped me out. I have to tell you guys the funniest story. I have a coworker who has cats, and she's going super stir crazy being in her house. She's really social, and she started walking her cats this week. So I keep looking at her Instagram, and she has them on leashes, and it is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Like, one of them doesn't want to go on a walk, and so the other cat that wants to go on a walk will grab the leash of the other cat and try to pull the cat out the door. It's the funniest thing ever, but walking her cats has become a coping mechanism for her this week. And I think getting outdoors is critical if you have the ability to do it. I know a lot of people are still under snow and rain and all of that. Number 3, and this is something I think I'm going to try to do this weekend, is to take a social media and or a news break. You guys, the news will stress you out. I don't care how factual or not factual it is. It's too much for us to consume right now. You've got to step away from it a little bit. We've got to step away from it. Give yourself a 4-hour to 1 day or a full weekend of a break. This weekend, I am so looking forward to no screen time, to 4 to 6 hours where I can just step away from a screen, whether that's social media, whether it's work, and to be quiet and still and just see what happens when you're quiet and still. Do you find that when you are, do you find that the creativity in you resurfaces? Do the ideas start flowing? For me, that does. I haven't been giving myself that break lately, but I really want to do that. So maybe that means, I know we keep talking about organizing projects in the house, but I really feel like organizing your home right now is very therapeutic and could be a good thing to do. I personally haven't had time to tackle it yet, but I really want to tackle my closet, those kitchen drawers, and get ready to donate some things. Okay, and we're going to go through number 4 and 5, and then we're going to spend the rest of the time in the chat, I promise. Number 4, and this has been something that has been happening to me this week that I appreciate so much, and that is every single day to touch base with someone you care about. Send an email or a text to someone that you haven't connected with and just say, how the heck are you? How are you doing? What is going on in your world? I've had so many kind people reach out to me this week. And when they reached out, I don't think they knew what was going on in our life. I don't think they knew that both of our businesses had been dramatically impacted. They didn't know I was having layoffs at my day job. They didn't know that our subscribers on YouTube are in the negative. They had no idea any of this was even happening. But it felt good to talk about it, and I needed to talk to people. I needed to express myself and get it out, because when you just get it out and say how you're feeling, you feel so much better on the other side. But think about those people in your life that maybe need a little bit of love right now that you haven't emailed in a while. Send them a little bit of, what's the word? I don't know. Just some virtual care right now. I think we all need a little bit more of that. Daniel Fields, thank you so much for the super chat. I loved your boat idea, by the way. So one of the things about reaching out to other people too that I think is so beautiful is it gets us out of our own mind, gets us to stop thinking about ourselves so much, because we're all kind of like, it's like a pity party right now. For me, it's a pity party. I've been crying every day. Did not cry today, by the way. Don't think I cried yesterday either. But sometimes you've just got to think about how other people are being impacted and put it all in perspective. Last but not least, you guys know I'm not a journaler, but I really think that this is a time to document some of the things that we're feeling and thinking. And whether that means maybe documenting it in a journal, or maybe it means that you're doing an Instagram story and just talking about how you're feeling and recording what's going on. I think there's some benefit to that. I think it's a good time to share a little bit of your life with others and write things down in the memory books. So when you go back in a year, you can really think about the true perspective of what we've gone through, what we're going through right now, and how you can apply what you're learning right now to the future. I know it's certainly for me, I'm gonna have some serious takeaways after this is all done. I believe we have a new subscriber. Mr. Cruise Tips TV, is that In Smith? Welcome In Smith. Are you a new subscriber? We are so happy to see you here. I hope that those were helpful tips, you guys, for thinking about where we're at right now in our minds. Just some thoughts on my heart this week that I wanted to share with you, and I can't wait to read some of the things that you're doing. Linda says, I've been making cards and then sending them to some of the older members of my church, especially the ones without computers. Michelle Christmas is delivering groceries to her friend's 92-year-old aunt. I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking about wanting to do that. If there was a way I could deliver groceries, if I had the time and I didn't have like 3 jobs right now, that would be the first thing I'd want to do. So true. And yes, Jim, it's true. They're dropping like flies, and that's okay. If they're dropping like flies, they're not true cruise lovers, and they're not really our tribe, and that's okay. But it is kind of hard to see. I will say that. Okay. Oh my goodness sakes. Thank you so much, Goofy and Jack, for the super chat to help with our next cruise. You're so sweet. Where are you from, Goofy and Jack? I'd love to hear from you. I love that. Okay, let's see what else we've got going on. Fallen Brewbaker has been taking groceries to shut-ins. You guys have got to do more of that stuff, right? Whatever you can do, safely, of course, right? Yeah. Mama Dot said, accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, and don't mess with Mr. In-Between. Grammy rocking some propheticness tonight. I like it. That's where I get my positive spirit, guys. It's Mama Dot, that's for sure. Corey Pregant said, at what point is it worth it to rebook? $100 per person drop or what? That's a very personal decision, Corey, but I'm with you. I really think $100 per person is actually a pretty good cutoff. I don't know if I'm gonna have my travel agent slave over 50 bucks, but over 100, I think my travel agent would agree that it's worth it. Wayne Burrows said, my wife and I are truck drivers in the supply chain. So for us, the only thing this has done for us is make us very busy. We work 6 days straight and then going on 3. Oh my goodness, Wayne, thank you so much, you and your wife, for what you're doing to keep the supply chain alive right now. Without you guys, we wouldn't have our critical supplies. I don't know what you truck, but if it's groceries, supplies, medication, whatever it is, thank you so much for all you're doing. All right, Curious Coyote. Mr. Cruise Tips TV, can you move that one up to the top for me from Curious Coyote? Oh, that's awesome, Crazy Cat Traveler. I think that was a good idea to order those. Love it. All right, Curious Coyote says, appreciation, affirmation, positive vibes, and love. I know, right, you guys? When you are going to the grocery store, how many of you guys are like profusely thanking the grocery checker for working and saving our refrigerators, right? Tardis said, this has destroyed my sleep schedule because I got so much stuff I can watch and I've got no responsibilities in the morning. I haven't been laid off. I'm supposed to work on the 9th, but I doubt that's reality. I know. It sounds like they're going to push things out a little bit, my friend. I know. Jim is offering each new subscriber 3 squares of TP. Does that work for you? Jim, I think that's fair. I'm in. That's so great. Oh my goodness sakes. I love that. Carol Vosberg said, I reach out to friends and family each day too. It's nice to chat with them. It's so true. Yes, Carolyn, Instacart does not deliver to my area. We live in a rural area, so that's brutal. I wish they did. But yeah, given some good tips to the Instacart people. JM said, what do you use the super chat money for? Always what we do is we dedicate it to some special event, whether it is going out to dinner as a family or doing something special on a cruise. One time we bought a special shore excursion for Junior. Show excursions. Kathy Gladden, welcome. So good to have you. Is Kathy a new subscriber? Yay, Kathy, thank you so much. Hey guys, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And Kathy, I like the cute little crab that popped up on the screen. If you guys could, everybody in the chat, could you stop and give us a like real quick too? We appreciate it. We've got to manually adjust the YouTube algorithm right now with lots of likes and things. Nancy Campbell says, what do you tell your son about the virus? We're going to call it the virus. Kathy, Nancy, he's hearing it all. He's seeing everything about it. We're telling him the truth. We're staying very, very careful with it because my husband has had childhood asthma and severe bronchitis, so we are considering him a little more at risk. So we're just talking really openly about it. We're trying to do Zoom dates with his friends as much as we can, but we are going outdoors a lot. We're just telling him the truth about it and how the world has never experienced something like this and how it's a really tough time. And he got to experience the layoff that I had at my office today. I had to tell him about it, and someone he really loved. He's going to miss and not see again necessarily in that capacity. And I had to explain that to him. And he had questions about it, and he wanted to know, can people come back when things get better? And we had talks about it. It was crazy. Susan Dykman said, I teach education classes at a nearby university and we'll be making short videos to be posted for our students. So they know how much we miss and support them through the rest of this crazy semester. Yeah, Susan, I think anything you can do to be personal is so great. Karen and Gord are planning a morale parade to drive around to all his coworkers' homes to thank them for their dedication. That is so sweet. I know, Jerome, the manual algorithm adjustment is funny. It's true. Seth, it's Jungle Juice time. Seth, you're the best. Guys, I forgot to tell you all last night. I made such a big gaffe last night, and I know Seth doesn't care, but I care. You guys, Seth, our Hot Tub Club president, who's in the house tonight, he totally inspired last night's bartending episode. He may not know that he did, but he sent me this amazing virtual bartending video that I was watching, and he helped me suggest the name for the episode, and I never gave him a lick of credit last night, and that's not how I roll. So Seth, that was so much fun. You have inspired some of the greatest things we've ever done on this channel, and you know it. But yeah. Papa Mozo in the house. Papa Mozo with a beautiful quote that says, be encouraged, life is too short not to be. Those are such simple and beautiful words, and thank you for the super chat, Papa. Mark Akira, I have missed you. How are you? Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Jeff Gordon said, where are the cruise ships being docked at this time? They're everywhere right now. There's some rolling into Jacksonville right now. Doug at Cruise Radio posted aerial photos of them coming into Jacksonville. That's the coolest thing. There's some floating around sort of randomly at sea out in the Bahamas. There's tons of them in Florida. We've got some in California. Guys, they're everywhere. Oh my goodness. Alex Patton with a super chat. Alex said, I live alone and it's been hard to be home this long. I love this channel. Thanks for doing what you do. Alex, I know the isolation is so real and we're so glad that you're tuning in. We appreciate your presence and we feel your energy and we feel for you. Alex, do you live in an area where you can't really go outside much? Let me know. McDonald 6333611. I don't know if Alaska will continue this year because Seattle has just kind of indefinitely closed their port and we just don't know what indefinitely means right now, so it's very hard to say. I sure hope so. I really feel for all of the people who have seasonal income in the Alaska cruise season and how that's going to impact them. There's just so much impact, you guys. Jim Ring said on the Princess website you can see where all of their ships currently are located. Very cool. TARDIS said the Adventure of the Seas and Viking ship are moored off Fort Lauderdale. You see them every time you venture out. Allure of the Seas was with them a couple days ago. Yeah. Stephen, our buddy down under, said there's heaps of them in Sydney, Australia. So cool. All right, guys, let's see what else we have going on here. So many fun things going on in the chat. We're going to stay on until 6:30, just so you all know, for 10 more minutes. As I mentioned at the beginning of the, in the pre-chat tonight, I'm thawing out some filet mignon. When we first had this whole shelter-in-place order in California, I definitely did go to the store and grab some meat to put in the freezer, and I found filet mignon for like $17 a pound, which is rare. We don't usually buy it because it's expensive, but it's my son's favorite food. So I stocked up and I've thawed them out for hours today. So we're gonna have some steak, potatoes, and asparagus for dinner. It's actually beautiful in California today, so I'm gonna put that on the grill. Linda, I love your steak thing. TGIF, Matt, so good to see you. Thank you for coming back, man. Hope you guys are holding up okay. Matt, what did you guys have for dinner? Let us know. Angela Stanley Coolahan, thank you for having these chats. It definitely helps the monotony. Yeah, totally. It's so true. We're loving it too, and we've got so many more things planned, you guys. Last night in the chat, everybody gave us some ideas for events that we could hold in the month of April. There were so many great ones. We had the suggestion of making appetizers, doing some food stuff on the channel, and I think we're actually gonna do it. I think I'm gonna make some easy appetizers right here with our other camera setup. Mr. Crucibles TV is like, really? I didn't know about this. But like some crostini recipes, maybe homemade hummus, some fun, semi-healthy appetizers, because I think it's so fun. Like the cocktail hour went so great. I'm sure we're gonna do cocktail hour again and make 4 more cocktails. And no, I will not drink them all. I know everybody wants to know how I was feeling this morning. Chicken schnitzel, Matt, yum. But yeah, so many fun things. So some of the suggestions that we had last night, guys, we had people suggested 80s night, pirate night, formal night, beach party, so many things. So we're definitely gonna be programming out some fun things for you throughout the month of April because we've just loved it so much. Yes, my mom said she Zoom visits with friends a couple of times a day. It's fun and crazy. Yeah, Zoom, you guys, who has been feeling saved by Zoom? It's been the greatest thing ever. My colleagues at work and I, we love getting on Zoom, and all the girls bring their pets on, and then I bring Junior on, and we like take screenshots because we're like, it's so good to see your face. It's the best thing ever. Topher loves to cruise, said Princess to Alaska, Star Princess or Ruby. Any thoughts? Either one of them will be great. Choose based on the itinerary, get a good cabin, pick what's more affordable. You cannot lose with either of them. They're both great. Yeah, Daniel, let's do a mocktail sesh too. Junior wanted me to do that for him, and last night after the live stream, I made him a mocktail. Hey, JBug11R said it's my first live chat. Hello, everybody. I really enjoy your vlogs. Thank you, JBug, and welcome to the party. Bill Byungo, I wrote down the glow party, and I love it. Ooh, our friend Cindy, a midlife girl's here. Hi, Cindy. It's so good to see you. Oh, my goodness. I missed you. Yes, yes. Oh, my gosh. I know. Okay, more ideas coming in. I want to see what you guys are saying. Ooh, Diane, that pot roast sounds really yummy. Michelle is doing a book club tomorrow night on Zoom. That is a very good idea. Daisy, you had shrimp Alfredo. Yes. Curious Coyote said, if you want to see where the ships are, go to the Shipmate app and go to the map page called Ship Tracker, and you can check it out. Yes, Laurel, appetizers like in the MDR. Susan, you missed the cocktail hour last night. We had so much fun. It was literally one of my favorites. Melissa wants to know how you're feeling today, sweetie. He said, he's doing great, you guys. He's doing a lot better. I think we're, collectively as a family, we're doing a lot better, and he's doing really well. Again, it's action. We've taken a lot of action in the last week. Whoa, Papa Mozo in for the second super chat of the night, buying us another pound of filet mignon. So a pound feeds our whole family, right? Because Junior and I split a steak. Well, no, he steals it off my plate, really. He's a steak fanatic. And then Mr. Crucibles TV pretty much gets his own. I don't know, Carol, how you change your background on Zoom. I don't know. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you, Papa Mozo. And Papa Mozo, you're getting all the love from everybody tonight. So precious. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate all the love tonight. Aw, that's so sweet, Colt's mom. Reach out and touch someone, the old phone song. Yes, I know, it's so true. Oh my gosh, whose birthday is it tonight? Is there a birthday in the house? Did I miss that? Oh my gosh. Red Baker, you're still part of the supply chain right now too. You're working 6 days a week. I feel you, Red. We are working like crazy too where I work. We're all just working to keep everything afloat. Vicky Macron said, sorry, what's Zoom? No problem. Vicky, Zoom is a very simple and easy to use video meeting software that can be used by the lay person, and you can get up to 40 minutes free on a session. You don't have to have a membership unless you want to continue past the 40 minutes free thing, and it's just really wonderful. Nancy, the way that it works is you just go to the Zoom. If you just Google Zoom meetings or Zoom, you get a link and you can invite friends to your video chat using a link, and their pictures come up all around the screen. And it's one of the most easy and user-friendly programs I've ever used. Whenever someone tells me they're doing a Zoom, I'm like, yep, everybody will be fine on Zoom. It's really easy to do. Like, my mom's doing it. She's pretty good though. She's pretty techie, but you know, it's really great. My son uses it. It's just really user-friendly. And what I like about it is that the way it's designed, so you know how I said you got videos going all around the screen? The person that's talking at the moment, their photo pops up in the middle of the screen, and they're like the bigger image, so it adjusts. It's really cool. Joan M said, odds of cruising from Venice in October, I think pretty good. I really feel like summer is when things are gonna open up again, Joan. I don't have any reason to believe that they won't, but I don't have information other than what you and I already know. Alan Cutchell said, sounds like Junior's my kind of a food swiper. Yes, when it's something he likes, watch out. And filet mignon is one of those things. He's like, it's like his belly just never ends. My computer just shut down, by the way. Whoops. My battery just died, guys. So I'm gonna pop onto the chat on my phone. But anyways, yeah, completely dead. Whoops. No big deal. Hey, Cricket Fox, virtual hugs right back at you. Mama Dot, our resident tech support agent in the house, said you can log back into Zoom after 40 minutes and then just start again. Mom, you're tech support tonight. Thank you. I love it. Daniel Field says Zoom and WebEx are very similar, just different cost models. I love it. Oh, yeah. Oh, you whacking me with the charger? He's like, thank you, sweetheart. Honestly, I kind of like looking at it on my phone. That's actually pretty darn easy. I can just kind of see everything going along here. It's really nice. Okay. It is a little weird not having my computer up, though. I know, Sabine. I hope we see some nice cruises, too. That'd be really great. Well, thank you very, very much. Curious Coyote said, special thanks to your quality studio, sound, lighting, and set. I didn't realize how awesome your tech skills are until I watched Kelly and Ryan working their show at home. It's not my tech skills, it's the handsome guy over here in the corner. He has got quite the setup, guys. We are very, very serious about it. So when you guys shop our Amazon store, amazon.com/shop/cruise-tips-tv, we earn a percentage of your purchases even though you do not pay a penny more. And Mr. Cruise Tips TV, because of the fact that that is part of our model, has really been able to keep our equipment up to date. So we take very, very much pride in our the quality of sound. Sound is very, very important in any kind of medium, and you find that when you have bad sound, people get very frustrated, but they don't know why they're frustrated, they just know they are. So he is very serious about sound. In fact, when we cruise, guys, I'm not exaggerating, the microphones that I wear, let me just show you the microphone really quick. I'm gonna kind of lift it up and show you really quick. Sorry, you guys are seeing my backside here, but you see these types of mics? Can you see that? Sorry. Guy, he's like, stop showing your backside. These lavalier mics are over $1,000 a piece, but they are so worth it because when you're out on a windy deck or you've got music playing around you, you've got to have good quality audio. So for those of you who shop our Amazon store, we want to thank you for helping us to keep our equipment up to date. It is a wonderful thing to have. Keith Vandenhyde, the birthday boy. How you feeling today, Keith? Everybody's asking me how I'm feeling. How are you feeling? Happy birthday to you, too. Hey, Seth, you're right. Mr. Cruise Tips TV is a smoothie kind of guy. He loves smoothies. He probably has a smoothie every day, and he makes some really good ones, too. It's like protein powder, almond milk, 4 kinds of fruit, and a handful of kale, and he's like super fancy pants. He's really good with his smoothies. Interestingly enough, I've had 2 smoothies this week at home. I never drink them, but yesterday I made a coffee frozen banana thing with almond milk that was like a really good afternoon pick-me-up. I sure loved it. Thank you, Jerome. I appreciate it. Yeah, Steven, come on over for steak. We've got extra. You know, that plane ticket from Australia won't cost you a penny, right? All right, guys, speaking of dinner, we're just about ready to do that. Thank you so much, Jerome. We appreciate it. Happy birthday, Fallen Brewbaker, our special girl in the house today. Yay. And thank you, Mike and Cheryl, for saying I look so fetch. You guys are so sweet. Emily, you know why I personally think Carnival Cruise Line has delayed their announcement? Do you want to know what I really think? I think they think that they can bring cruising back in certain areas, certain cities, certain countries, certain areas, but not all. So instead of making a global blanket statement, like we're postponing everything, because they have some home port cruises and things, I think that they think that they're gonna do a partial thing. I could be totally wrong. They may be just trying to assess the situation. They may also be making sure that their technology infrastructure is up for the challenge when they make their next announcement, because as you guys know, their phone system went down last time, like totes went down. And that's not good PR. So I don't know. I don't know exactly. Yeah, Lindsay, that's awesome that your pastor is using it. So cool. Miss B, you can't cruise to Alaska in October. Bridget Buzz said, if Semester at Sea was around when you were in college, would you have done it? Probably, if I felt like, nah, I don't know. I think I'd be worried about being stranded with a bunch of like really wild people, because I was actually kind of nerdy in college. I was like, I didn't drink really much. I didn't really like to go out. I was like the old lady in my apartment. And so I think I would have been a little afraid of who I would have been stuck with on Semester at Sea. That's kind of my personality. I'm a little bit more, I can't say I'm an introvert because I'm not, but I have a tendency to not want to be around people who are like super wild and crazy. I like kind of more mellow, one-on-one, and I don't like groups and I don't like crowds all that much. It exhausts me a little bit, so I have to be careful. I'm just being really, really honest. You are welcome, Corey Pregant, for March Muster. We think it's awesome too, and it really makes us happy. Captain's Table MDR said, Sherry, I have to mention it's just thrilling to see Sean and Steph putting out some vids and doing a live recently. Always rooting for them. Yeah, Captain's Table MDR, I know. I stopped over in their chat and was so happy to see them going live. And I know how much Sean is struggling right now and how much pain he's in, and it's just so hard with the chemo. But it was so beautiful to see them live and to see those beautiful smiling faces and to see them both just beaming. It was rad. I loved it. Steven said, if I have issues with my cruise, should I cancel it or still continue paying for the cruise? Steven, what's your issue with your cruise? Message me and we'll talk about it, okay? All right, guys, we're gonna go make some dinner. I appreciate all of you being here. So we're gonna be back Monday night. Technically, March Muster ends on Monday, so we're gonna be putting together our next April event. If you guys would all like to leave an idea for what you'd like us to call our April event, knowing that we did March Muster. A few people have suggested some ideas for what we're gonna call our April event. I got April Ahoy and All Aboard April. If you'd like to leave it in the chat, if you have another idea for what we could call April, we would love to consider your idea. We are totally brainstorming because April is next week, right? And we're gonna come out with some good information for you guys soon, hopefully an announcement about what we're doing. Yes, All Aboard April. I like it, Megan. I kind of want to do that too. I think that sounds really cute. And Lindsay, I haven't been to Progresso, but everybody says that when you go to Progresso, the thing to do is go see the ruins. Okay. Hey, Rebecca, yes, I can. Hi, Lauren. Good to see you, sweetheart. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us tonight. I like April Fest. Awesome, April. April anchors. Oh, that's really cute. April showers bring May flowers. April Ahoy. We're not going all aboard. I know, Daniel. It feels that way. Ahoy, April. Susan said switch it around. Thank you. Cricket Fox started a thread on our Facebook page. You can't pin it to the top of the page. Okay, so Cricket Fox, we don't allow visitor posts on our page. Is it in the page or the group? Let me know. Message me and I'll mark it as an announcement. Okay, so you guys are saying ahoy April. I like the ahoy in front of it too. Anchors away April. April ship of fools. April foolishness. Papa Mozo. You're so naughty. We're not foolish. Anchors away in April. April smiles. All-inclusive April. Cute. April Folly, Anchors Away April, April Luster, All Aboard April, April Awareness, April Antics, April Non-Showers. These are so cute, you guys. You're amazing. Keep them coming, and I'll look at all of them later tonight. We're off to cook some filet mignon. See you Monday night at 6 p.m. Pacific, and until then, we'll see you on the high seas.
Cruiser of the week!
Hey, click me to subscribe.